It's Ginger, like the spice. Hey y'all, it's Ginger, like the spice. And welcome back to the podcast. Today's podcast is gonna be about giving yourself grace. Um, so as you can see, I haven't done a podcast in like a few weeks or so, in just a little minute. Um, because it's just been kind of difficult to do one. I got into this like, motivational, we can do it, me giving advice, those types of things. And just kind of me talking to myself and giving myself advice and how to deal with things and how to go about things. But lately, I haven't really been feeling in a advice mood because I've been like kind of just going through some things myself. So, if you don't know, I have and continue to struggle with anxiety and depression to the point of where it can really get in the way. It really gets in the way of me being able to do like daily tasks, daily functionings, sometimes. And not that I'm not able to like live my life, it's just difficult. For those of you who know, it can be difficult to get out of the bed, it can be difficult to have that discipline. Everybody's like, have discipline and get all these things done and plan your day out from every hour and every minute. And that's just not practical. It's just not. It's not practical. It's not realistic. I'm not going to do that, nor does it work for me. And I've been finding myself in a bit of a funk because of lack of productivity when I told myself I was going to take time to take care of myself. But then you get into this like, everybody's posting on social media, everybody's going after their dreams and hustling. And I'm just like, sometimes I get tired of the hustle. I don't want to hustle. I don't want to run the rat race. I just don't want to. And it's almost like you get ridiculed for not hustling and being productive and chasing. And then sometimes we also ridicule ourselves. So that's kind of just where I've been at. I've been just figuring things out, but also I would say I've just been learning how to take care of myself. I've had some highs and lows, some ups and downs and things like that. Um but it's just been difficult. It's been so difficult, and I had many topics I wanted to come on here and talk about. I wanted to come on here and talk about you can do it and this. I'm not feeling like that. I'm feeling like this is hard right now. I'm tired. Maybe not so much tired, but just in a period of time lacking motivation. And I get that like you're supposed to have this unwavering discipline to get stuff done, but that's not reality for me to have this unwavering discipline at this point. And truth be told, I've been kind of beating up on myself. I just have been. I've been kind of beating up on myself, kind of telling myself, like, what are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. And so, like I said, it's been highs and lows, it's been ups and downs. Um, it's just been a period of time of healing, working on myself, falling down, and doing it again. And I just couldn't get on here and give this like, my podcast lately have been 20 minutes. Give this 20-minute, we can do it. Don't worry about what other people think, yada, yada, yada. And I was telling that to myself, trying to hype myself up. But sometimes it's just not the truth. Sometimes it's just like, I don't have it together, and I get so tired of that too. Like, you look on social media, everybody has like, it just looks like everybody has their life together. Like, people are taking vacations, people have the best clothes, and their makeup looks so good, and their bodies are snatched. They're going to the gym every day of the week, and they're eating cauliflower rice and I'm just like, no, that's not me. For dinner last night, I had pizza. I did not work out yesterday. Surely didn't have any rice. I had pizza. And I'm just kind of like, that's not what my life looks like. It just doesn't look like me going to the gym every day, me having these amazing breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and me going and traveling every time I get a vacation. Like it doesn't look like that. And I'm not gonna sit here and be one of those people that fronts that, like, oh my gosh, all these amazing things. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm blessed. God has blessed me and will continue to bless me, and I'm so thankful to, have experienced the things I've experienced and have the things that I have. So I'm not saying that. I'm not saying, woe is me. No, I'm just saying that my life doesn't look like social media. And sometimes I feel some type of way about that because I'm like, how is it that all these other people are just really living their life and traveling and they got this and that and the other? And I had to really sit down and have a conversation with myself. I'm like, Jen, the grass is greener where you water it. If you're not watering your grass, it's not going to be green. Maybe they're watering their grass, but also too, maybe their grass is fake. But also too, maybe they're just posting on social media what they want you to see. And I got into this whole thing about happiness and like, what is happiness? What is joy? What is fulfillment? What does it take to get there? And it all comes down to just giving yourself grace because we are humans, we are people, and everything is not going to be perfect. We get tired, we get lazy sometimes. The way, look at this economy, bro. Like, who has the money to buy all these designer things? I don't at this moment you know? But I think that it's okay to get on the internet and be a real person. People on the internet sometimes they feel untouchable, unattainable. Their lifestyles feel perfect and routine and clean and vibrant and, everything is organized all the time. There's no mess in their house. And I'm so sick of that. I'm so sick of the facade of social media. And that's one of the reasons why, like, it's a turn off. When I say I haven't scrolled through Instagram or TikTok in just a minute because I'm just like, I'm tired of looking at Susie Q's life. Looking perfect. She wakes up, she cooks her perfect breakfast and goes to gym because it just makes me feel bad about my own life. And it's not that I'm not mad at her for, you got your stuff together, girl, have it together. That's fine. It's not so much of that. It's just like I just start to beat up on myself because why did you not get up this morning and blah blah blah. It's that comparison thing that I've been working on because I want to just, be the best version of myself and hustle and go get it and all that, but sometimes I don't want to hustle. You know, I want to be in the garden eating fruit and sitting back and enjoying my life and going to the park and frolicking in the grass. Sometimes that's what I want to do. But I've been realizing that I just gotta have more grace for myself, more patience for myself, because I really beat up on myself a lot about things. And it's kind of tough to say because I don't know how many people are gonna watch this video. I don't know who's gonna watch this video. So for me to be on here and say, it's February 2024 as I'm making this video, to say that I don't have my stuff together, you know, I I feel vulnerable. I'm like, "Oh my gosh. I don't have my stuff together," and I'm saying that out loud that I don't have my stuff together. But you know what? Me recording this video has shown me like I'm okay with that. I'm okay with not like having like I finally have accepted that, Jen, it is okay. You have to give yourself grace. I actually sat here and typed some notes up too. I'm an oversharer. I'm gonna tell you just what's on my mind. But like I had 17 points of just different things I was culminating on this topic. Um, and one of the first things is give yourself grace. Perfection is a disease, and life is what you make it. Sometimes we have to simplify things. So here I said simplify to get things done, and that things don't have to be complicated for them to be efficient. And that's something I definitely struggled with, especially with working out, which is probably why I didn't work out yesterday. So I've been doing this thing where I do yoga. I put my yoga mat in my bedroom. That way all I have to do is roll out the bed and go do yoga. And my yoga mat has actually been in here in the living room, and I haven't worked out since it's been here in the living room. And so I'm just working on, like, things don't have to be in a certain space. I don't have to be in the gym to get fitness done. That it's just about me showing up for myself. That things don't have to be aesthetically pleasing. I just have to show up for myself, and that's where I need to get to just show up for myself is good enough. It doesn't have to be perfect. I just need to show up for myself. Um, there's nothing wrong with taking a break break and healing. That's the second thing I wrote down. So I journal every day, and a lot of times I get these points just from journaling and talking to myself. But taking a break and healing is something I definitely have done and will continue to do. Um, to just give myself the time to breathe, that it's okay to not always work on a project. And I feel some type of way. I'm like, dang, I'm not working on a project. I'm not doing any, like, I'm just bumming it. And it's like, no, you've been hustling and working hard to accomplish certain things all this time. If you want to take a second to breathe, that is okay. You are not a bum. I go to town on myself. I'm like, you're lazy, you're not doing anything with your life, and that's we have to work on negative self-talk. I know I do. Working on talking to myself, like, I would never talk to someone like that. I would never talk to someone the way I talk to myself. And that has to change because I'm so hard on myself when I'm not doing the things that I feel like I should do. And there's a certain level of, like, you gotta push yourself and motivate yourself. But why am I dogging myself out for being a person? I'm not a machine. I am not a robot. And that's probably why I've been lacking motivation, because how can I be positive or want to go do something if every time I do something, I'm like heavily criticizing myself? It just doesn't make any sense. Keep trying. Some things work out, some things don't. When things work out, great. When they don't, great. Keep it pushing. Keep doing it. This is a hard one. Love on myself as I find myself. It's hard to love on myself as I find myself because I'm trying to figure out who I am and what I really want out of life and what would really help me to feel fulfilled, what would really help me to feel accomplished. And sometimes as I'm finding myself, I'm trying things and then I stop and then I try something else and then I stop. And so it kind of makes me feel inconsistent. It makes me feel inconsistent because I'm trying different things. I'm in a phase right now of trying stuff and see what I want, see what I like. And when I stop doing it, I'm like, "No, Jen, you didn't even stick it through." It's like, "Well, you stuck it through enough to know you didn't like it. And that's okay. You tried this, you didn't like it. That's fine. It's not a big deal." Um, I am more than the work that I do. That was a hard one to take in because I feel, and I had a podcast like a few months ago, I think at this point, where I'm like, who am I if I am not in a particular job or a particular position that my job has defined me for such X amount of time? At first, I was a college student, then I was a music teacher, and I'm still a music teacher. I feel like I will all forever, well, I like to consider myself to be a music educator. I will forever be a music educator. I will forever love to teach music to children and to show them a better way, and that's really my passion, to show kids that you can do it. And that's really my passion. I really love to do that. But as I've been in a period and a hiatus between episodes, between seasons, so to speak, or whatever, that I've been doing other projects and trying other things, and I have to realize I am more than just the work that I do, that I don't have to always produce, and make, because I've been feeling that way. And that's actually been something that stopped me from making more podcasts, because I missed a week and I felt bad. And then I missed another week because I was feeling bad about missing that week. And then I missed 2 weeks and then I'm feeling bad about missing those 2 weeks. And it's a cycle. I'm not producing. People are not going to watch. People are not going to care. But it's just like, Two things. First thing, if I don't make the podcast for nothing but memories, that's more than enough. If I make it just for memories, just to be like, you go, Jen. You were vulnerable and expressive and creative and you shared, that's more than enough. And then the second thing, if I help at least one other person, just to be like, you're not alone. Struggling too, man. Struggling too. Then I've done what I was supposed to do. So, meeting yourself where you are. God, it's hard to do that. It's so hard to meet yourself where you are because you always envision where you want to be. I know I do. Always envisioning where you want to be. I want to be here and I want to go there and I want to travel and I want to have these things. And it's like you have to meet yourself where you are. Where are you now, honey? Where are you right now? Embrace who you are now. Love who you are now. And the person you're supposed to be will come. But I remember at one point I used to pray about the things I have now and the qualities I wanted, and I have those. And so it's just like I need to embrace this time and enjoy this time. Even through the difficulties, embrace it and enjoy it and understand that I am Ginger, like the spice. And there's nothing wrong with me. I used to always tell myself, "There's something wrong with you, Jen. What's wrong with you?" And it's like, yeah, I have challenges. I have some mental health challenges and things like that, but there's nothing wrong with me. God made me the way I'm supposed to be, and that the challenges I face are a part of my testimony. And that's it. Enjoying the little things and not always wanting what's next. Kind of touched on that, but learning to enjoy the quietness, the birds chirping, you driving, just learning to enjoy the little things. And I will say this, I've come a long way with that, but still have ways to go. Still have ways to go. Um, if you don't focus on what you have, then you will always want more. Once again, enjoying the little things, enjoying the now. You are not here to show other people how many things you are accomplishing. That's another thing that's difficult. When I got on social media, when you get on social media and you get on here and you start posting, I don't care if you got two people subscribed to you, you start thinking about the algorithm and the analytics and oh my gosh, I want to make money from this and I gotta post, there's a thing now posting 2 to 3 reels a day and wow, I struggle to say that word, but posting 2 to 3 reels a day and I gotta post a video every day and Instagram every day, every other day. And it just becomes so business. And I don't want it. I don't want this to be about business. I just want to share. I'm a talker. I'm an oversharer. I talk a bunch. I share probably too much about my life, but that's who I am. I love to talk and share and tell you what's going on with me every step of the way. I love to do that. And I got so wrapped up. Just you get so wrapped up in oh my gosh, I have to start making this many reels and posting this much so I can get this many followers and make this money because I'm a content creator now. And it's just like I can create content and create on the platforms and whatever without it being so much pressure, without it having to be you need because why would I make it into like a job I don't enjoy? Why would I beat myself up about it? I started this because I want to do it. I would love to talk and I want to share. And so that's where I'm at, y'all. Like, if you're still watching at this point, I don't know how long it's been, but if you're still watching at this point and you are really just here for the vibes, I really appreciate it. Let me tell you, sometimes it's gonna be videos where I'm like pumped up. Sometimes it's gonna be videos like this where I'm just like just trying to figure it out. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay if nobody watches. I'm okay if everybody watches. I'm okay if a few people watch. But the most important thing is I just want to share. I just get joy out of sharing. And it feels really good to be sitting here on this couch, talking into this microphone, looking at the camera. If it's still on, I hope the camera's still on. Looking at it and just vibing. letting you know that I am struggling. Don't know about everybody else, but Ginger, like the spice, is struggling. Um, Not completely. I have a lot of areas in my life I'm very happy and fulfilled in, but just been having some struggles with different things here and there, and that's a completely different conversation. Um, about every single last struggle I've been having. Whew, we could write a list. But I'm here to say give yourself grace. We're all in this together. I'm currently fighting right now to not go back into previous habits because I've been finding myself laying in the bed longer, not doing the things I enjoy as much, lacking that motivation. And I don't want to return back into, a depression. I don't want to return back into the height of my anxiety. When I used to, panic and have panic attacks and stuff. I don't want to be back there again. So I just been telling myself like you gotta take the pressure out of it. You gotta stop beating up on yourself. So give yourself grace. Don't beat up on yourself. You can do it. We can do it. Um, and I love you all. And I will see you next time. We're gonna do this. We got this. Bye bye.